Hi, my name is Lindsey Hunsicker. I'm a graduate student at Middle Tennessee State University and part of our AIS student chapter. A few of my peers and I have worked together to create our submission for the Microsoft Data Analytics Challenge, and we're going to talk about how we can help our community, Murfreesboro, become a better city focused more on clean energy. I'm going to pass it off to Ronnie, who's going to talk about our problem statement and our solution.
Hi, my name is Ronnie Islam, and I will be presenting our problem statement and our proposed solution. So the problem my team identified is the air pollution in the city of Murfreesboro due to carbon emission from gasoline cars. On average, a gasoline car emits about 4.6 metric tons of carbon dioxide. And there is an alternative to using gasoline cars, which is electric vehicles. But there is a problem with it too. People tend to avoid electric vehicles because of the range anxiety, the fear that their battery will run out of charge before reaching their destination. So this is one of the main reasons why people tend to avoid electric vehicles. And the lack of availability of charging stations is another reason why people tend to avoid electric vehicles. There are not enough charging stations to cover all the electric vehicles registered in the city of Murfreesboro, and the distance between each charging stations are way too far. So the solutions to the problem I stated is that we suggest the city of Murfreesboro to implement 6 new electric vehicles charging stations in convenient location. These stations should be at low cost to ensure high accessibility. Adding a charging station near each Walmart in Murfreesboro would cover all the major areas. This way, people can charge their vehicles while they shop, so they don't have to wait 30 minutes for their battery to charge. So drivers anywhere in the city will have a nearby option for charging their vehicle.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Nanmejo, and despite popular beliefs, owning an electronic car saves more money than casual gasoline fuel car. Indeed, according to the assistant vote website called Match One Service, the average cost to charge an electronic vehicle is from 0.30 to 0.60 kilowatt. In other words, to fully charge your vehicle, you could pay $11.50 to $45 a month, depending on the vehicle. Plus, according to the Institute of Transportation Study of University of California, the current electronic vehicle travels about 250 miles per hour fully charged, and you do not even have to charge it overnight. Moreover, if you're a person who get anxious every time you think about how much your car is filled, I'm sure that owning an IV electronic station at home will be a great option for you. Indeed, owning an electronic car will give you the opportunity to install a charging station at home, which costs, according to NeoCharge, $800 to $40,000, depending on the level of the IV charging station. Indeed, for a home level, it's level 1 to level 2 only. You cannot have a level 3. Isn't that everyday life conveniency? By the way, in entering the subject of electronic station, I would like to point out that building an electronic station could be a great way for a business to generate passive income. Indeed, just like vending machine, you could put electronic car station in any public area like grocery store parking, the parking of a workplace, in a campus parking. In general, a place where someone could charge their car during the day while doing another activity. Then, if you're considering being a owner of a commercial IV charging station, you might earn more than $100, considering that the installation of a maintenance of a IV station is cheaper than what you will earn in general. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Lindsey Hunsicker, and I'm going to be going over our analysis, visualization, and data sets we use to create our project. So starting with the analysis, I'm kind of going to cover just our problem, solution, and how we want to make that feasible in Murfreesboro. So our problem we notice is Tennessee emissions. Tennessee is in the top 25 US states for carbon emissions, and some of those states that are doing better than us have a higher population. So clearly there's something that can be done for Tennessee to get lower on that list. Our initiative that we think could change that is implementing more electronic vehicle charging stations, especially in our community, Murfreesboro. We're the 6th biggest city in Tennessee, and we only have 24 electronic vehicle charging stations open to the public. So we believe if those were more accessible, that more people would be inclined to choose an electronic vehicle as opposed to a gasoline-fueled vehicle. And another point we think is that we can put those charging stations in convenient locations, like possibly Walmarts. It would cover all the major areas of Murfreesboro, and electronic vehicle drivers could do their shopping while their vehicle charges, so it wouldn't be inconvenient for them, and the cost difference is pretty significant there. Moving on to the visualization, so I have just a few graphics here kind of demonstrating our analysis points. So the little Tennessee graphic, it shows you our rankings. We're number 21 for electronic vehicle charging stations, and we're number 18 for carbon emissions. Both of those numbers are kind of undesirable. We want to have more charging stations, less emissions, obviously. Murfreesboro, like I said, has 24 electronic vehicle charging stations, and then our maps kind of show us just those gradients. The lighter colors is going to represent a smaller number, the darker is going to represent a lot. So on our top right, we can see California has a whole lot of electronic vehicle charging stations. Tennessee is a lighter color, we're below the US average there. And then on the carbon dioxide emissions, we can see Texas is really dark, so they have the highest carbon dioxide emissions, and Tennessee looks relatively light, but we can still see on the widget on the side that Tennessee is above the US average. And then we have our cost analysis at the bottom right, kind of showing the difference. So we calculated that in Tennessee you save $22 charging an electric vehicle as opposed to filling up a gasoline vehicle. So not only is the benefit really strong in the environment, but also to the consumer, who's going to save a significant amount of money every time they want to fill up their car. And lastly, we have our list of data sets. We've used several different websites to kind of help us with our analysis, and we've used the first 3 from the AFDC and the EIA to pull our Excel data worksheets and do our visualization. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation, and I hope you learned a lot about how Murfreesboro can become a better clean energy city. Thank you.